What's up guys, welcome back to the Life Instead of Jazz channel. My name's Jesse and today we're going to try to fret level. I've had this neck for a while. I put it on my white Jazzmaster, which I have the body behind me here. I think it's really cool. I like the block inlays, I like the big headstock, and it's pretty flamed, which is pretty cool. It looks beautiful, but the frets have always just been bad. It needs a fret level. I took it to a shop a while ago to get a fret level done, and the guy was like, there's no way I would do this on this neck, it's too cheap. He refused to work on this neck, so I'm going to do it myself. I'm going to teach myself how to do this right now. I've seen many videos on it, and I'll link a few here that kind of go in depth, and one that kind of inspired me to do it. Let's get into it. So I have this notched straight edge to see if the neck is straight. So, see a little bit of light at either end, just a hair. There's a little bit of back bow, so I am going to loosen it just a hair. Just a hair. Alright, gave her a slight adjustment, and I think we're good to go. Let me just make sure one more time. Now that I know she's straight, let's take the, whatever the hell this thing's called, fret rocker. That's high in the middle. And the end.
One eternity later.
There's a lot of work to be done. You know what? I'll teach myself. She's marked off a lot of the frets. Pretty much every fret has a high spot. Not often do I believe guitars need, or frets need to be hammered in, but I think I need to hammer and glue these bad boys in. It's pretty, you can definitely slide some paper under there. Yeah. So before I do anything, I guess let's just talk real quick. So one thing from all my research with like frets and stuff, a lot of overseas manufacturers don't glue the frets in, and basically, you know, over time warping can happen with the wood and the frets can become unseated and all this stuff. So my guess is this guitar, there's definitely no glue holding these frets in. So what I'm gonna do, I bought all the tools for this, so we're ready to go. I have some paste wax, which is gonna go on the fretboard. I have some thin CA glue, which will glue the frets in. I have a fret hammer, which I'm gonna lightly tap the frets in to match the curvature of the fretboard. I'm gonna paste wax the fretboard. I'm gonna hammer down the frets, and then I'm gonna glue the frets in. I tried to look up what order makes sense. I thought glue then hammer, but I've been seeing a lot of hammer then glue, so we're gonna try it. We're gonna let it sit for 15 minutes, and then we're gonna hope we didn't ruin this neck. Let's get into it. I know for a fact you don't want to hit it too hard. There's just a lot of gap between a lot of the frets in the fretboard, so I'm gonna try my best to hammer it down without hitting too hard. Got some sharp fret ends, but we'll work on that. Alright, before I go any further, let me just check one more time because I'm paranoid. Yeah, we're straight. Alright, now I'm going to apply some paste wax to the fretboard. That way the glue doesn't set on fretboard. The glue will not set on the wax. It'll help it kind of wick into the fret tang, and it'll also save us from using tape. because it'll protect the fretboard when we do some filing and when we do some sanding later on. I don't know how to do this anymore. I'm not good at making videos. Now, once again, as always, take everything I'm doing with a grain of salt because I don't know what I'm doing. Got this neck for not a lot of money. In fact, I got it in a trade, so I got it for no money. Please take what I'm doing with a grain of salt, and if you're uncomfortable with doing anything that you see in my videos, take it to a professional. Don't break your stuff like I potentially am. Like that, we're good. Just wipe the top of the frets. Alright, moving on. Now let's take our CA glue. There it is. So we got the CA glue here, which is really thin super glue. I have a wick tip on. This will enable me to get really close on the fret. Basically, all I'm going to do is pump a little bit of glue and have it go down into the frets. Let's try this. Before I go any further, definitely using way too much. I think I put way too much paste wax. Not very good at this. But it's okay. I have faith that this will be okay in the end. I realize I'm making a mistake of you never really want it to be vertical. I think that's why it's coming out too much. I think the gluing is done. Okay, I think the next step is finally sanding. Minus, I guess I gotta mark them all real quick. I'm gonna mark them all to see as I sand where it's getting hit. And once I don't see any marker left, then we are level. There's no turning back after this. I'm gonna pull up the video that I watched. I know the basic rule is long strokes, take breaks, and look often. I got this leveling beam. It's got adhesive sandpaper on each side. This is a 240, I think. This is a, I'll have to look it up, but this is a 600. I think I'm gonna hit it with the 240, and then maybe I'll move to this when I get closer. So I'm taking my 240, doing the full fret. Not a lot of weight, just the weight of the beam itself. hitting some in the middle. Not hitting any down here yet. Still not hitting them up there. A little bit. A little more, a little more. Still got a hit down here, of course, but we'll get to that. I'm gonna hit it with, I think this is 400. It's lighter than this side, so. I'm getting close. All right, quick check-in. Getting better. Still think there's a little more I gotta do. Taking away a lot more than I would think. But maybe that makes sense. One more pass. Before we move on, address the fret ends real quick. I have this little file here, which I used a while ago. Oh, it's kind of rusty. But I'm gonna take the ends off of, oh, real quick. Each face has a file texture, and the ends here are smooth, so they're safe for the fretboard. So I'm gonna place them smooth side on the fretboard and work around the fret. Okay, I think we're pretty damn level. I think there's a couple small spots that are still rocking just a hair, but I think instead of sanding more, what I'm going to do is move on to the crowning stage. This is just a cheap fret crown file I got in a kit on Amazon. I had to take a break from crowning these frets. I believe they're all level now, but this cheap Amazon fret file is too narrow for the frets I have on this neck. I believe these are jumbo frets, and it's too narrow so that it doesn't, the actual file part of the file doesn't even touch the top of the fret. So I ordered another crowning file on Amazon again. So I'm waiting for that, but I go on tour this week, so I'm not going to be able to get this finished until next week. I'll see you in a week. I ended up buying a Baroque file from Amazon. This is also kind of a cheap fret, but I've heard good things about it. And this is 3 different size fret files built in, and I believe I need to use the biggest one. So I'm gonna just make sure before I even start. But I also think I'm gonna start with the last fret in case something goes wrong, because realistically, when am I up here anyway? But still. All right, this time I got a red marker to mark the top of the frets, because the black was very hard for me to see. I'm going to use the widest side. This is, I think, 3 millimeters. bag. I didn't film a lot of that because it didn't feel very good, and I don't even know if I did that correctly. So I'm giving, I don't know, I guess let's move on to just polishing, and yeah. Alright, now I'm gonna rake the frets with some sandpaper. I'm gonna start with 400, and then I'm gonna move to 600, 800, and then 1000. So let's do that real quick. I said 600, I meant 800. Alright, last little thing. We're gonna take the 1000 grit and fret guard and just kind of finish polish. Alright, I had to leave for dinner, but I'm back and I'm gonna scrape the fretboard clean real quick. Second to last thing, I'm just gonna lemon oil the fretboard with some Dunlop 65 and let that sit for a second. Let's just get it back on the body. Alright, back on the body. I leave for tour today, so I'll see you later. Alright guys, what's going on? I'm back from tour. My band Hot Seat went to Canada. We played Toronto and Montreal. And now I'm back. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. But I got some strings and I put it on the guitar. And I think it's fine. I think we're good to go. We're good to go. I'm not getting any dead notes. We're good to go. All right, it's been a couple days. I did not mean to drop off, but got the guitar here, and I think I showed already that it worked. Not ruined. Certified, not ruined. Certified sounds better, plays better now. It was very scary, but if there's anything I've learned, it's possible to do your own leveling and crowning and all that. Definitely not perfect. I definitely see some spots like on the fretboard that I probably nicked it and all that kind of stuff, but again, since I didn't spend that much money on this neck, I didn't spend any money, I traded the pedal. It doesn't bother me. And the fact that I know that I did it myself too, like, it's not a big deal. Fret level and crown, under the books. And it's good because I have a couple other guitars that I gotta do that too, so I might have to do that immediately now that I feel a little more confident in myself. But all right, y'all, with that, thanks for watching. Feel free to subscribe if you like to watch me struggle and learn things and not do them perfectly, because I'm not perfect and yada yada. This has been the Life Instead of Jess channel. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Jesse. I'll see you guys next time.